I definitely need the help right now. And after listening to you on the radio, I thought this is exactly who I need to talk to.
Wonderful, wonderful. So what I'm going to do is, Linda, I'm going to text you the website.
Okay.
So that you can go there and download the chapter from Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth, which is my book.
I was going to say, as far as your book, I went ahead and I added that into my cart for Amazon, but I won't be able to order it for like about 2 weeks. But I did put it in my cart.
No problem. In fact, I don't want you to order it from Amazon, so I'm going to give you the direct link.
Okay.
Because here's
from your website.
Yeah, because
Okay.
that's a quick lesson that I want to begin coaching you on right now, and that is, if you're buying it from a retailer,
yes,
then that means that retailer is the one that's getting compensated before the creator, if you will.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, I'll delete that and I'll order it directly from you.
Awesome. So that's what I'll do. I'm going to send you the free download so you can go ahead and read that.
Okay.
You'll also have the opportunity to book a free strategy session.
Okay. Just so you know, one of the reviews, he was a bodybuilder or something. He accomplished quite a bit by the time he was 40. And he said he threw your book against the wall because he learned more in the first, couple pages. I don't know if you bother reading some of the reviews, but it was excellent.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that with me. I appreciate that. I got to go out there and look.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, he was mentioning the fact, I've accomplished quite a bit by the time I'm 40. I mean, he had 3 degrees and a bodybuilder and all these other accomplishments. But he said when he read your book, he's like, I learned so much in the first couple pages. I got so mad, I just threw it against the wall.
Now, that's a great story. I'm going to have to hold that one right there.
Well, I think I might have it. Maybe I can, at least point you in the direction where it is, because possibly it was on Amazon, because I was looking at some of the reviews.
Okay. And were you pleased with what you saw in the reviews?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I was pleased when I heard you on the radio.
What did you like most about what you heard me on the radio? And when was this broadcast?
Well, just so you know, I'm in Oklahoma, although I'm originally a Jersey girl.
Jersey.
And, yeah. And I end up in Oklahoma with llamas. I have 3 llamas. But anyway, I was in the Marine Corps, and so whenever I hear somebody had been in the military and, they learned a lot and they're doing things, so I definitely respect the fact that you were in the service.
Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Well, you were in Desert Storm. I was before. I was after Vietnam, but before Desert Storm. Mm-hmm. So I just tell people I was a peacetime Marine. I really didn't do much. I kind of held the spot until the next war came around.
Listen, your purpose was served. See, here's the deal. I talked to someone about teams and sports and the fact that even the people that play in the practice team have a role to play. And see, that's the thing right there, is that we all have a role to play, and at least you thought enough to offer up your service without without knowing what would happen. Because that's what happened with me, is that I didn't go into military expecting to go to combat, wanting to go to combat.
A lot of people didn't.
Yeah.
I give you a lot of credit for doing it, especially people who signed up after 9/11.
Yeah. Wow. And so what did you appreciate most from hearing the radio? And as I was asking, when did you hear it?
Oh, yes. Sorry. I'm in Oklahoma, and it was KTOK. It was the interview you had with Damon King with Victoria Chapel Woods. It's all about the money, honey. Because I had called her, but I'm not a millionaire, so I can't, have her mentor me.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
So, yeah, and I guess it was just the conversation. You were so direct. It didn't seem like a canned interview or you were selling. It seemed like you were just trying to share your information. And to be honest, I've been looking for a mentor, but it's kind of hard to find some.
Yeah. Understand. When you say mentor, oftentimes people don't know the distinction between a mentor or a coach.
Well, the thing is, I've had a real estate license, and I can give you some of the detail, but I do have one rental property, and I'd like to expand that. But it's like, I've read quite a few books, I've gone to quite a few seminars, but I don't want to be spending like thousands of dollars if they're not going to be able to help me.
Wow. You are exactly and literally, I just now wrote out a note where I said, my program is for you if you, number one, are a person who feels like you have the capacity and the potential to do more in your life than you've done thus far.
Yes, I heard that part on the radio.
And then the second thing I wrote out today was that this is for you if you have invested in programs and did not get the return in commensurate with your level of effort.
Yes.
So we got to have both sides of that. We got to have the effort that warrants you having the results that you say you want. Because so many times people do things, but they haven't put forth the effort.
That's true. But I've also seen, like, for example, like I said, I'm interested in the real estate, and I was considering going with this one program, and I am going to try it, although maybe now after talking to you, maybe you know more about it.
Yeah.
But I did go to one of their seminars, but when they wanted like $20,000, $30,000, and $50,000, I'm like, I don't know if that's worth it.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing about it is that in working with me, I'm able to help you to filter through things that you're considering. It's really like the work that I do is really centered on the fact that I've been involved with so many different programs where I realized by being in the room that the people in there, most were just sold a lot of information that covered the basis for the company that was offering, but they were not actually learning how to implement because they just didn't know where to begin. But the company provided information, so they could never say, well, I didn't get anything. But what they didn't get was what they really needed, which was the understanding. So one of the things that I teach is that, which is something that I heard from Miles Monroe, that says that knowledge is information, understanding is comprehension, but wisdom is applied knowledge.
Yes.
And most people struggle with the understanding part, and no one is taking the time to ensure that you actually get it before you move to the next thing.
And that's why I'm considering this one real estate program, because it does involve a coach or a mentor, however you want to call it, and they will actually help you with the deals that you find. Because, just so you know, obviously if I served after Vietnam, I'm 68, I just had a birthday in April, and I don't want to have to do things like trial and error.
Yeah.
If someone has already done this, I'm willing to pay them and work with them so I don't have to make the same mistakes they did.
That's wisdom. That's what's wisdom. It's the shortcut.
I'm running out of time.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the beautiful thing about it is even going through our strategy session, you'll be able to get value from our time together, which is a 30-minute consultation. And then most importantly, I'll be able to share with you why it would be smart to get started with me versus trying to piecemeal different programs. Because like I said,
and just so you know, the one I'm considering, because I've been doing the real estate since I got out of the Marine Corps, and I got my license in New Jersey in 1989, and I've kept it. And when I was in Georgia, I got my broker's license right before we moved to Oklahoma. And then I had my own company for about 2 years. I did some rehabbing, and I do have my family property, and I've rented it to the same tenant since 2002. So I think I kind of have a feel for what I'm doing, and I would really love to do the real estate.
Yeah.
But I've gone to a lot of these programs, and the one I'm considering is the one with Fortune Builders.
Okay.
They have like a wholesaling one for $1,500. So before I do that, I'm like, well, if I can talk to you and you can kind of sift through the information, let me know which is best, because you've done real estate too. When you said you bought your 40-unit apartment complex, it's like, I'd like to do that, and that's what they taught us in one of the seminars, but it's like, okay, how do you, the details of how you use someone else's money to get there.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, like I said, I already appreciate your energy. I appreciate the fact you were attentive. Anything else stood out to you about the radio interview?
I'm sorry, anything else about the radio?
Yeah, anything else stood out to you that you valued from what you did here?
Well, like I said, the whole reason that I was thinking about this on the way. I said it's a good thing I had an eye appointment in Oklahoma City, because I had to leave a little more than an hour, and I caught the entire show. I mean, I've caught her show before, but I was on the road, and I'm thinking there's a reason that I ended up listening to the show today, because she wasn't on it. You were the guest with Damon, because she was out somewhere else. She was going to be back next week. But I do like listening to them, because that's, like they said, they can only serve so many people. So that's why they have the radio show, so you can start thinking about things like this. But the actual details of how do I start, where do I go, who do I see, you know, obviously I can't work with them. So hopefully I'll be able to work with you.
Yeah. Well, as I said, one of the things is that your spirit, your attitude goes a long way. It's great that you're a veteran. But more importantly, I'm impressed that you took action. I'm impressed that you were attentive and that you actually went out seeking. And so to that end, you're going to be rewarded just for that. And I'm excited to actually communicate with you. So here's what I get. I'm going to go ahead and send you the email, the website address.
Okay.
I want you to just go ahead and download that PDF.
And read it. And comprehend it.
That's right. Mark it up as much, you know. But again, but go ahead and book a strategy session. And you can even, you know, if you don't see anything open, or I don't remember, my calendar is open for today or tomorrow or whatever, but just know that once you read it, just just text me.
Okay.
Because I just meet the people where they're at, because I do work with people in other countries. So you don't have to worry about, well, Saturday or Sunday, because the blessing is that I control my time.
And that's what I want to do.
Yeah. So just know that because you're speaking directly to me, you got a fast track. So I will match your energy, your effort in regards to getting through information. I will send you a strategy session prep form. I'll go ahead and do that with you even before you get on my calendar, so you can go ahead and get to work on that.
Okay.
And then I look forward to hearing from you.
Okay, then the number that I called, is this your work number or a mobile number?
This is my cell phone.
Your cell phone? Okay. Well, you should be aware it's out on the internet.
No, but here's the thing. It's on the internet, and most people don't actually take action on anything. So here's the story.
I'm searching for you.
Yeah. So my point is that I appreciate the fact that you know that it's not normal to be able to reach people.
No.
And so I do that as another point of reference to say, I see people that are marketers. I stand with my credibility, my character, so that if you finally do talk to me, I'm not going through these gyrations of trying to figure out if I'm valid or not. So it's like, spend the time to get to know me. I put enough stuff out there socially for you to vet me, just like you went and read testimonials or anything else. And I'm so delighted to have the feedback from you, because it lets me know that it does matter.
Oh, the fact that other people, you know, like I said, when he said he was so amazed and he got mad because he learned so much in such a short time.
That's a great story. Well, wonderful.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of times, I guess you're not aware of your reviews. You don't go onto Amazon and check the reviews of your book.
Actually, I do. I just don't do it on a regular. So the fact is that you picked out one particular, that's exciting, because, again, it's just that one. Who knows which one? And hopefully you'll end up being one that, shares the fact that you speak in. I mean, in fact, I would love that. I would appreciate that you do that. Is that one? If you're in Oklahoma City, if you have the ability to even write a note to Chapelwood to let them know that.
I have their phone number. I've talked to them.
Okay, yeah.
I've talked to Victoria.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And just let them know that you appreciate that they had me on as a guest.
Okay.
And that would go a long way, because that lets them know that, having me on was a benefit to them. It was a reflection of them. And I think that always that's important.
Well, like I said, I don't meet their criteria because I called, and, that's my goal to get there, but I'm not there, so they can't work with me. And that's why when you were on, it's like, okay, well, maybe I can work with you.
Yeah. And here's what the difference is. Financial coaching versus financial advising. I'm a former financial advisor, so I understand their business. But what they do in general is work with people who already have it. And so the criteria is one that, people are trying to get to. And so the beautiful thing about our relationship is that I am able to grow people, because as a financial coach, I'm looking to get people up to that point where they can actually have the freedom and options and the flexibility, all those things that open up. Mm-hmm. And so it's a great relationship. And Victoria and Damon and the whole team over at Chapelwood, we are champions for one another. We have a wonderful, wonderful working relationship. They do an amazing job. They're the only company that I finally said was safe for me to direct people to as the advising side. Yeah. And that's good. Yeah. Because of just Victoria's, her methodology, their care for their clients, the fact that they're focused on protecting cash flow and helping clients to get into position so that they can actually have the money, as opposed to riding the ups and downs of the market. They've got a very conservative approach. They've got a team around them. So literally, as a result of them working with whomever they work with, they have the relationships that can help to implement the strategies that they bring forth. She does a radio show and has done it for over 30 years for the purposes of sowing those seeds. But now with the relationship with me, it creates an opportunity where, as I said, I'm able to at least be a resource, and now you're proving it, your validation that is neat. That is a great resource to be able to have people that want to get to that point, to have someone and it's like what I call a feeder system, like in baseball, where you have a farm team. So it's like I'm working as the farm team coach, where it's like you got all these listeners. Well, they are getting value, but what if they have someone that can actually grow them so that they can then be able to have the resources available that you guys can eventually manage? So you are an example. Sense. Yeah.
So I'd be in the farm.
That's right. Wonderful.
Oh, and one thing I have to tell you about the reviews, the overall review is 4.6 out of 5.
Okay.
That's wonderful. Very good.
Yeah. Well, the thing about the rating is that all it would take is one person having a 1 can cause all the others, just because of how they weight it.
Yeah.
To bring it.
Like I said, I didn't look at there were a lot of them, but I didn't look at all of them. I just started skimming. But when I saw that one guy, I said, okay, if he's that excited and he's been so well accomplished and he learned more in 2 pages, I said, I got to get the book.
Awesome. Well, I thank you for letting me know. I'm going to actually make sure I find who that person is and tell him the same thing I just now asked you to do. I'm going to compliment him and tell him how much I appreciate the fact that he wrote the review and how his review matters. So,
like I said, I think it's still on my phone because, like I said, I added your book to the cart in Amazon, so I can probably go back and get it, and I can text you his name and everything.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, first things first, I want you to focus on you and getting this download, getting it read, and then booking your appointment and completing the strategy session prep form, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, dear. Have a great one.
Yeah, I'm so impressed that I actually got to talk to you. Okay, well, you have a good evening, and I will be in touch.
I look forward to it. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.